St. Paul has a secret weapon in the fight against invasive plant species.
Okay, it's not a secret anymore. It's goats.
Non-native plants like buckthorn are threatening to take over sections of St. Paul parkland and change its natural character.
Well, it turns out goats love the stuff.
This small herd will roam St. Paul river bluffs, chomping nasty weeds along the way.
Emily Dunlap is with St. Paul Parks and Recreation's Natural Resources team. Emily, why goats?
Well, goats are a great way to remove invasive species such as buckthorn and garlic mustard. They like to eat invasive species, particularly woody species like buckthorn. They also do really well on the bluffy terrain that we have in this park, so they're the ideal animals to use to graze here.
What makes a plant invasive, and what have you got against buckthorn? Isn't it just another bush?
Well, an invasive plant is a plant that isn't native to Minnesota. So, for example, buckthorn is from Europe originally, and it was brought over and kind of escaped into our parks and into our woodlands, and it crowds out our native plants. So getting rid of it is one of the goals in our parks.
This tribe of goats will be deployed to various natural areas, mostly along the river. Don't worry, they'll be fenced in and won't end up munching your flower bed. So just where does the city get its hands on a group of goats, expert in buckthorn removal?
From this guy, Jake Langslag, along with his wife Amanda, operate Goat Dispatch. So Jake, how does a guy get into the goat loaning biz?
So honestly, I never thought in a million years I'd be a goat wrangler. Never thought when I was a kid I want to be a goat wrangler one day. We weren't able to use our woods. It was so overchoked with buckthorn. So we brought some goats over, kind of tested it out, and I was just really blown away on how well they were cleaning the woods. And then from then, I had neighbors driving by that were saying, hey, why don't you come over to our property and we'll pay you to have goats graze our yard. And then the next thing we know, we're all over the state and full-time goat wranglers.
Well, that's awesome. You know, people have been using the word goat to stand for greatest of all time. What do you love about goats?
Yeah, I guess, goats are popular. I'll be honest with you right now. Everyone loves goats, and what I really like about them is just going out and watching how happy the animals are when they're working on their jobs. So it's just a real win-win for, I believe, the animals. They have a great quality of life.
Well, we've heard from the humans behind this environmental effort, but what about the real stars of the show?
I'm here with Ruby, one of the pros on the Goat Dispatch team. She's no kid, she's been doing this for a while. So, Ruby, I've got to ask you, what's your favorite invasive plant species? Buckthorn or garlic mustard? Have you ever tried goat yoga? Not your thing, huh? Last question. Somebody told me that St. Paul is your favorite city to work in so far. I'll take silence for a yes.
Well, there you have it, folks. An innovative way to control invasive species, brought to you by St. Paul Parks and Recreation and the crew at Goat Dispatch.